can hear the Hornet's 2 GEF 404 turbofan engine spooling up to their maximum power, producing over 36,000 pounds of thrust. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left and the United States Navy, here is the FA-18 Hornet. Low transition after the takeoff. Extending away from the airfield is set up for the high-speed pass. I want you to watch now as Lieutenant Bob Foley will bring the aircraft back to show center. At show center, he's going to select full afterburner, pull up into the vertical, subjecting himself to 8 times the force of gravity. Pushing the throttle forward now. Bass increasing the speed of the FA-18 Hornet. I want you to notice now as he approaches near the speed of sound that you'll notice that the sound of the aircraft will not reach us until the aircraft is right in front of us, indicating the high approach speed of the Hornet and the ability to surprise the enemy. Now, at close to 700 miles an hour, from the right, get your cameras ready as Lieutenant Bob Bass Foley brings across the FA-18 Hornet. Now, Bass performing a vertical reversal to set up for the demonstration of the incredible thruster weight of the FA-18. As the Hornet reaches show center, it's going to pitch up through the vertical, execute a maneuver known as the double Immelman. You saw it done just a few moments ago by the Viper. During this maneuver, the pilot is going to be subjected to 6 times the force of gravity. This demonstration illustrates the incredible pitch authority and the vertical maneuverability of the FA-18. Here he comes in now for the double Immelman. Gaining altitude, changing directions. Not 1, but 2 Immelmans. There's one. Rolls the airplane upright. All Navy fighter pilots undergo 2 grueling years of flight training before earning their wings of gold. Lieutenant Foley earned his wings of gold from Naval Air Station Kingsville back in 2005. He's since accrued over 1,800 flight hours, including more than 1,600 flight hours in the FA-18 Hornet and the Super Hornet. He's also fully qualified aboard naval aircraft carriers, accumulating over 265 day and night arrested landings. Now Bass is going to demonstrate the extremely tight turning radius of the FA-18. Whether you are in a dogfight or you're out there trying to avoid surface-to-air missiles, the ability of the aircraft to turn around in a very tight space gives it a tremendous tactical advantage. Watch now as Bass brings the Hornet to show center for the minimum radius turn. All done within the confines of the airport here, with blower on and 6 Gs. One unique characteristic that all naval aircraft must possess is the ability to land on an aircraft carrier at sea with a moving and sometimes pitching flight deck. Navy and Marine pilots are trained to hit the landing area with pinpoint accuracy. in what is not so much of a landing as a controlled crash. Approaching at about 175 miles an hour, the pilot flies a descending turn to a 3/4 mile final approach point. This speed allows only about 15 seconds to precisely adjust the flight path in order to touch down in an area not much bigger than your driveway. Watch from the right now as you lower the tail hook, lower the gear. It's this tail hook that allows the F-18 to land and stop in under 400 feet. Show center, he'll select full thrust and execute the half cubanate maneuver. He's setting up for a repositioning maneuver to align his aircraft once again with the show line. He's going to reach show center just over 300 miles an hour and demonstrate the superb nose authority and ability of the F-18 to point at an adversary aircraft. In a very, very short space of time after he completes this half cubanate, you're going to watch him as he comes in from the right, very fast with a horizontal flight path. Then he's going to change directions from a horizontal flight path to straight up. This is one of my favorite maneuvers. It's this ability combined with an awesome arsenal of air-to-air weapons that make the F-18 a world-class fighter that is feared worldwide. Watch him now, the pitch rate demo, instantaneously going from horizontal flight to vertical flight. Watch now, watch for the nose. Getting some good vapors today, we call them blips. That's when traveling at that high speed and the wind over the wings create those vapors. Sometimes they can envelop the entire airplane. Now, the next demonstration will highlight the exceptional slow speed capabilities of the F-18. The Hornet is famous for its ability to fly slower than any other comparable fighter. The F-18 Hornet remains completely controllable through the use of 2 flight control computers. Bass will complete this slow speed pass by selecting maximum afterburner right at show center and pitching the aircraft up through the vertical as he finishes with a maneuver called the half cubanate. If you look carefully, you may be able to see the elevators. The elevators on the tail of the aircraft working and being controlled by the onboard computer to keep this high alpha angle and the slow speed pass this slow and this safe. Unbelievable airplane, sitting there almost below stall speed. Listen for the burner. In his final maneuver, Lieutenant Foley is going to demonstrate the technique used by every naval and marine aviator to slow their aircraft and prepare it for landing. Up over the top in the half cubanate maneuver. Now, Bass is going to bring the Hornet in from the left at 500 feet, perform the overhead brake, which results in a decelerating 360-degree turn. Once the gear and flaps are lowered, listen to the precise power changes the pilot makes as the aircraft is expertly guided onto the landing spot at show center. And also notice that the aircraft doesn't flare prior to touchdown, but is flown onto the runway without slowing the rate of descent. Used to, in the World War II movies you've probably seen, you notice the landing signal officer with flags out there. Today it's done by a Fresnel lens called the ball. And as they come aboard the carrier, the LSO asks to call the ball. And we're going to go to the cockpit and have Bass call the ball for us, indicating that he has the glide path set up. And we're going to demonstrate a bolter here, that one of the lines, the number 3 wire that he trapped, snapped. As all Marine and Naval aviators are taught, add full power once the wheels touch the deck of the carrier. And we're simulating here a break in that number 3 wire, and he'll execute the touch and go. And Hornet demo, call the ball, please.
3.6 Hornet ball, 4.4.
Roger that. 3.61, given his fuel state and calling the ball, and he's about to come aboard the boat. Watch now, no flare, flies it right on. The number 3 wire is going to snap, but he'll already have the Hornet's engines in afterburner, just in case. No flare. Bingo on the carrier, snapped. Speed brake comes up, now down, full runner. He'll be setting up for our Legacy flight with the Corsair, bringing the old and the new, the past and the present together for the Naval Tailhook Legacy flight. This Hornet flown in today's demonstration is one that is regularly used in fighter attack and aircraft carrier landing missions. It takes a lot of dedicated and talented young individuals to maintain, fix, and fly these sophisticated machines. The maintenance crew for today's demonstration: AT2 McFlone, AME2 Elliott, and AM2 Van Zandt. Lieutenant Foley and VFA 106 Hornet demo team would like to thank and foremost the people serving the nation's armed forces. In addition, they'd like to thank the Service Credit Union, Boston Portsmouth Airshow, the city of Portsmouth, and the great state of New Hampshire for the opportunity to perform here. The photo pass. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the sound of freedom. TurboCam is a proud sponsor of today's show, and they're delighted that you've joined us. Stop by their booth, pick up your free gift. TurboCam